up quarterback Ennis Rakestraw. Go ahead and get your hands raised in the queue, and we'll be going with it. Greg Palermo, KTVI in St. Louis. Go ahead.
Ennis, I'm just curious, you've seen so much coaching changes as far as the backfield, and then bringing in a defensive coordinator in Steve Wilks, who's got the NFL pedigree with corners. How have you adjusted to that, and what have those conversations been like?
Them conversations been going well. Know that he's a person that's been there where I want to be, and he coached in the profession I want to be. And I know, like, by doing some research, you got to research everybody you bring in, and the man knows he's talking about. Just had a conversation with him. He came to my house, and he was talking to me about within 5 minutes I learned something new. So, like, if you can learn something new in 5 minutes, it's gonna help you grow and be a better player. And me coming in as a freshman, and then like it's a whole different coaching change. It's a lot of stuff that like go through your head, like, dang, they left me and stuff like that. But change is good, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody needs change somewhere, and I feel like he's gonna be good.
Mitch 45 Mizzou.
Ennis, I know last year you showed up on campus in the summer, and a couple months later you were starting at cornerback. I guess just how have you kind of used the offseason to look back at last season? What are kind of some of the takeaways that you can work on this year?
The takeaways I took off from last year, it was like a learning year for me. Obviously, like you said, I just came up like within 2 months. Then in another couple of weeks, you play Alabama your first game, and then you just roll in and keep starting to play. So it's just a learning curve for me. Got to get your feet wet. The SEC is a league that everybody want to play in, but you got to see if you got what it takes. I feel like I got what it takes. I learned a lot of mistakes that I did last year was self-inflicted. I'm trying to fix my mistakes by working on my craft this off season, and getting to know the new DC, seeing what I feel under his scheme, and how can I help the team win games. That's all I worry about is the team. So I feel like I'm gonna be pretty good this year because I focused on my best. It takes somebody to be a leader to only look at the bad that they did instead of letting your ego go in and be like, I didn't do too bad, or no, I found everything wrong. I criticized myself when I took coaching. I took constructive criticism, so I think it's gonna help me out.
Wilson Moore, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, Ennis, first day of practice with Coach Fletcher with the defensive backs. What were your first impressions of him?
You gotta feel the person out by just sitting there and just observing, and I can see like he really takes it serious because we just going through like walkthrough, and he telling me like work on breaking to the ball, work on use act like you shooting your hands. I always do something. He said get better at every rep. Like even the reps where it's 50%. Get better at that. And he seemed like a pretty cool dude by just knowing him for the day. He teaching me a little bit more. He asked me questions about last year to see like what kind of scheme we plan on, kind of technique. He would just give me little pointers on stuff how to improve it and become a better player.
Anything else, friends? All right, we'll let him go. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Your family was power and things down last week?
Yeah, my mama lost power, but they got a good girl.
They have that good.
All right, next up, safety Martez Manuel. Go ahead, get your